I remember when I had gone into trying to awaken people to what's in a word, because it's speech, but it's how we communicate. But you don't have a word without letters, and a letter is a message. So certainly, every letter truly does have a meaning, and that's a really deep research subject. The hieroglyphs and the meanings to all these letters that are in this coded Babylonian alphabet of English, which is a debtor's language because it borrows from so many languages. But I remember a lawyer had taken such great exception to some of the one video that I did where I talked about uh, why the natives are not called natives anymore; they're called aboriginals. I said that was a deliberate terminology that they actually did to indigenous peoples to uh, get them away from the word native. So they called them aboriginals, which means ab is not like abnormal is not normal. So they're not originals anymore. They're aboriginals. And he couldn't get his head around that I was just making that up somehow. And when you look at the term native, and I'm just quoting out of Webster's, I print off every now and then things that I believe that are just quick for reference. Webster's 1828 on the definition of native goes as follows. So, you can have a native name, or you can have an alternative name, an alternative name. Be careful about the alternative name that you're laying claim to. So native, produced by nature, original. Born with the being, natural, not acquired. Then it has produced by nature, not factitious or artificial. So when you realize that you're getting yourself confused in what the active state is, and which is legal, so their act of birth could only have the name that it deals with the artificial or the factitious side. Your given name or your natural name should never have been in there because it has nothing to do with an artificial title. So that's where the confusion is in the imprinting, where if you take a child from the very beginning and that's all you tell them their entire life, that they can mix in something that's natural with something artificial, they'll eventually do that, as people do going to stores, getting artificial ingredients and products thinking that their body can absorb them. And we won't get onto the other subject matter that we could get into with what's going on worldwide with this nonsense of taking something foreign into your body that's artificial and thinking it's going to do you very good for your cells in your body. So the experiment continues on artificiality in the world of legal. And if you don't wake up to understand the difference between what is real and natural, which came from God, and what is artificial, which came from Satan, which is just another way of calling it a lie, an artifice, you're going to get caught up in the deception, and therefore you'll be part of a misconception of birth, not the true conception, and not what you were originally, that could never be taken from you. And so it's just a matter of taking what's in front of you, and hopefully these videos and the research from 2011 to date is coming into a very solid, good time for people to be able to access, because the truth has been laid out there for a long time. And at times I've had, struggles myself to realize that it was right in front of us all this time. God didn't abandon us, we abandoned him. And therefore now it's a time for God's people to wake up and get out of that disastrous legal citizenship that's going to collapse worldwide. So, anyways, just another simplistic term, native. Look it up. You're going to see what's there. That's why Christian name was your original name, and that's why native also means original. So we were all originals, okay? But the only way they could make you not a native would be to bring in an artificial foreign title on you, and then you're going to have to continuously, for the use of that foreign title legal surname that you take by consent, you're going to pay customs and duties on it because you're going to be a foreigner, and that's why they have customer parking all over the parking lots where the trade and commerce goes on and with those that are part of Mystery Babylon. So again, you got to do your research.